You know, I've got to hand it to BMW Motorrad. When they first launched the nineT Heritage platform back in 2013, they said it was to commemorate their 90th anniversary. But since then, they've rolled out a bunch of new models on the same platform, each one with a unique look and personality. Then, last summer, BMW went one step further by introducing the R9T/5 50th Anniversary Edition, a standard runner that celebrates the German factory that started producing the iconic opposed twin Boxer engine 50 years ago. Powering this R9T/5 is the same engine you'll find powering all the machines in the BMW Heritage line, a 1,170cc air oil-cooled flat-twin Boxer, the one BMW previously used before developing the current liquid-cooled version. Suspension-wise, you get a fairly conventional 43mm fork complete with rubber gaiters, while out back, BMW's bulletproof paralever system soaks up the bumps. This retro Bimmer also comes with a handsome pair of 320mm rotors up front, squeezed of course by a couple of ABS-assisted Brembos. The spoked wheels are a nice touch, so too are the rarely seen pinstripe tank with the rubber tank side knee pads. Make no bones about it, the R9T/5 definitely makes a statement when you roll up. But you don't have to take my word for it. Let's catch up with this week's guest road tester, Mark Mulrennan. So Mark, this is the very first one to land in this country, a new R9T/5 50th Anniversary Edition. What did you think when you first saw it?
Well, I mean, going back to the /5 series from the 70s, I mean, it evokes everything that's there with the pinstriping, you know, the color, the overall look of the bike. And I'm a BMW owner. I own a BMW R 1150 RT.
Yeah.
And I got on this and completely different from my R 1150 RT. But
yeah.
I really loved it.
Yeah.
Just a great bike.
Yeah, so it's a pretty motorcycle, eh? That was your first impression?
Yeah.
Really pretty. And it does pay homage, tribute to the early /5.
Yep.
Done well. So you fired it up. What did you think?
I love the sound. It's got the optional exhaust on this one, the 719 exhaust. And I really love the sound of it. And when we were riding around this afternoon, I was just basically keeping it in third for most of the time, just to hear the exhaust song, you know, it just felt really good.
Now this is a previous generation Boxer. Tell us about the power, tell us about how it shifts.
Well, it's, like I say, it's completely different. It has a different suspension from my R1150 RT, which has a paralever front end.
Right.
This has the conventional front forks, which work really well. Lots of power, lots of low down torque, and short shifting is fun, riding the torque curve, you know, and it handles great. It's nice and tight and planted. I like the wide bars. It just feels good. The seat is really comfy, and the foot pegs are in a great position for me. I'm 6 feet, and you know, overall it just fits for me.
You like the sound, you like the power that the bike provides. It shifts nicely. What about stopping power?
Oh yeah, ABS brakes on this. And one finger stopping, very progressive, worked really well.
Yeah.
I didn't have you know, any problems with that. Also has traction control on it, so you know, we were starting off from the side of the ditch, and I gave it a little bit, and the traction control kicked in when it was a little bit sandy. So
yeah,
you know, it cuts the revs down a little bit, and you know, it makes it nice and safe. I'm sure that there's you know, different maps that are in it. We didn't get into it that far, but
yeah.
Yeah.
Suspension, the roads down here are pretty chopped up these days, lots of potholes.
I found that it was compliant over the bumps. It wasn't too stiff. It was just a nice ride. There were a few potholes, but it took them really well. It was, it's just overall, it's just a nice, comfortable bike. It really is.
What do you see this bike being used for? Is it a daily commuter? Is it a weekend bike? Is it an ice cream bike? How are we using it?
Well, I think for, you know, obviously people of my generation remember the Slash 5s. 1970 Slash 5, I think 70 was when the Slash 5 first came out. And they remember that motorcycle. I've ridden a few of those air-cooled motorcycles. This evokes that memory. It's got the same kind of, you know, little bit of torque.
Yeah.
When you blip the throttle, it goes a little bit to the right.
Rocks.
And, you know, I love that about this. I really think that this bike is a great urban bike. It's for, you know, an urban commuter. It's nice and small. You can tuck it in places, and you want to get out on the weekend and, you know, ride it as well. It's a naked bike. It doesn't have a fairing.
Yeah.
So you're going to get the wind. But, you know, I don't think it's a problem for, you know, I have a Triumph and I have a Kawasaki, both vintage bikes as well, so I'm used to, you know, bikes without fairings. So
Yeah.
for me, I feel completely at home on this.
Well,
it's a fabulous bike.
It was great to have you, and you've done a fantastic job, and I'm so pleased that you enjoyed it. Thank you for coming out.
Thank you, David.
Okay, thanks, Mark.